Hello, students, and welcome back to bankexamstudy.com. My name is Ramandeep Singh. So, a lot of you actually requested me to start the mock interview sessions or the interview preparation course for SEBI Grade A students. This is a free course. We are not charging anything from our students and from our subscribers. So, what you should do for the SEBI Grade A interview preparation, that's very, very important. Students, I highly recommend you to go through the latest events. You should be able to join the dots, right? So important topics is like Sri Lankan economy, the whatever is happening in the Sri Lankan economy, the impact of whatever the events happened in the Sri Lanka that actually ruined the whole economy. That's what we need to do. And that's what we need to understand. You need to connect the dots. That is important. Read a newspaper every day. If you're reading Financial Express or Economic Times, I personally prefer Financial Express. If Financial Express is available at your place, that is good. Otherwise, you can read Business Standard, which is also a great newspaper. So economy, Sri Lankan economy, whatever is happening in the Sri Lankan economy, that is important. The impact of whatever is happening in the Ukraine, the economic impact of whatever the Ukrainian Russian war, and what are sanctions, right? That thing is in the news. What is the role of WTO? What is the role of UN, right? And that is about the international events. That's about the international events. What about the national events, right? Whatever is in news regarding the RBI. Right now, the urban cooperative banks are in the news. What RBI is doing to safeguard the depositors' money, right? What RBI is actually doing. So the lot of RBI circulars are there which we are covering. So anything that is related to the urban cooperative banks, that is in the news. Very important, right? IBC is actually very important. That is also related to SEBI. Whatever is happening in the Ruchi Soya case. So take it as case studies. So because in the at the time of interviews, it'll start with the personal questions, right? So what is your name? Whatever you are doing, maybe one or two questions regarding whatever you are doing. So let's say you are a banker, they may ask you one or two questions about the banking products, right? For example, you are a banker, they may ask you more about the various tax saving items, how PPF work, what is the interest rate on PPF, what are the benefits of PPF, right? And why we should invest in ELSS and not in PPF, or in PPF, not in ELSS, right? More subjective kind of things, right? So, international, and then about your job, whatever you are doing. If you are a banker, you are a teacher, you are a lawyer, whatever you are doing related to that. And then moving on to the Indian Indian case, Indian economy. The case of Ruchi Soya is very interesting. Whatever happened in the Ruchi Soya case, whatever happened with the IBC, that is important. The mergers are important. How HDFC Bank and HDFC is going to be merged. So how it going to happen? This and that. The impact of such a huge banking entity, the benefits and disadvantages, right, of having such a huge banking entity in India. So that's the point. So latest, even anything that is in the news, RuPay cards are in the news. Recently, RuPay has been launched in Nepal. So RuPay is in news. The fight between RuPay and Visa, and news about UPI, right? More and more people are using UPIs, right? So these are the latest events we are going to share. I'm going to share a lot of similar questions, and I'm going to do one-to-one mock interviews with all my students, right? Link to book that interview slot is available in the description. I'll try to do my best. One-to-one interview sessions we are going to do, and I'm going to provide you SEBI Grade A GK Digest, the current affairs, it's part of that, and financial awareness. Last 3 months of SEBI Grade A GK Digest, that should be sufficient, and one-to-one mock interview, that would help you for sure. Some of the questions I have already told you about: the Sri Lankan economy, the war that is happening, the Ruchi Soya case, the RuPay cards, the UPIs, urban cooperative banks. These are some of the topics which are in the news, right? The guidelines related to HFCs, housing finance companies, and the guidelines related to microfinance companies. So there were some Chinese apps, right, who were lending micro loans, 500,000 rupee loans to the people, 5,000 rupee loan to the people. There are guidelines related to that as well for the microfinance as well. So that is also important. There is a proper master circular for HFCs, for microfinance. I have covered that in this free course. So I recommend all of you to to join the interview preparation course. Just fill that. There is a form. How to join? I have given a particular form. Just fill that form. In that form, I'll ask you your name, mobile number, and there will be a I'll ask you the preferable time where we can, schedule a mock interview. If you need that, the one-to-one mock interview, that would be a 20 to 25-minute session. So let's do that. And all the details are there. Just fill the form and I'll provide you the free interview preparation course along with the, proper guidance, one-to-one sessions. And we are not charging money for that for sure. Okay. That's all for today, students. Please fill the form, subscribe the channel and like this video, and fill the form as soon as possible. There are limited seats. We because we are not charging money for that. We have limited slots, right? So please, all my students who have taken my courses, obviously I'll prefer them, but I'll the first 10 students, right? Uh, I'll do everything for free for you. So fill it today, so that it'll be free for you. Okay. Limited time is there. Obviously, in next 2 or 3 4 days, I want to cover it. So just fill the form so that we can schedule a proper interview. And in case you are unable to understand anything, my WhatsApp number is there, 906720100. That is my personal WhatsApp number. In case of any doubt, just drop me a message and I'll answer your doubt. All the questions, whatever the question that you have, I'll answer that. Okay. That's all for today, students. Thank you and have a very nice day. That was a pretty short session.